Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you my top 5 best tips on taking down Black Diablos during the Roar of the Desert event. So, if you are looking to take down Black Diablos and all the efficiencies, etc., this video is for you. And we're going to start off with my first tip. Use mhn.quest to locate desert biomes. If you do not know this website, it's going to be on the video description, or it's right here on the slide. mhn.quest has a map function that will help you locate desert biomes around you. So you want to locate and hang around the largest biomes for the highest chance of finding Black Diablos at low rates. So if you are crazy, like me, and you are hunting around for this thing during the low appearance rates, look at these biomes. You see where I circled it over here? You want these large areas where desert biomes are so that you have the best chance at finding a Black Diablos. For the boosted rates, you want to find multiple desert biomes that are closest to each other, and you want to make sure that they're like at least close enough towards, and it's easy to travel against each other, so it's easy to travel between each one. Because when it's boosted rates, if you find a Black Diablos that you cannot kill, then guess what? You're going to want a really big area so that you can easily just move on to the next one. And here's my tip number 2. Look for the avatar with a star next to it. Black Diablos is literally the darkest avatar on the map right now. So if you can't read it, if you focus on the star. So focus on the star rather than your avatar. If you focus on the star, 9 times out of 10 you will find Black Diablos on your map. Note that it's rare right now unless it's the boosted rates. So unless it's the boosted rates, you aren't going to see a lot of them on the map. If you can't reach a Black Diablos, hopefully you can find a position and use a Wandering Orb / drop if you're willing to spare it. Like you see in this example right here, I'm going to use a Wandering Orb so that I can go ahead and get this Black Diablos because I can't go any further. So I got out of my car, walked to this thing, and then literally, or smack down right at the wall, I was able to reach this Black Diablos. So again, use a Wandering Orb / drop if you can spare it, and it's totally worth it, especially if you're looking to craft and upgrade your Black Diablos weapons and armor.
しかしどこだ処刑台は。
麦わら全然わか
んねえぞ。
どこ隠れやがった
どこだ
いたかやつ
処刑台はどこだ
あっちだ
サンキュー
Honestly, that applies to tip number 2, but also, if you're, that's exactly how it feels if you're trying to find Black Diablos without boosted rates. With that being said, you might not want to look for Luffy like Buggy was if it's an 8-star Black Diablos. Tip number 3, avoid 8-star and above Black Diablos unless you're an early access player. I've seen a ton of videos where hunters are struggling with 8-star Black Diablos even with a grade 10 level 5 out of 5 weapon. So unless you have the Legiana version of it, you're probably, or the Great Gyros version, you're probably going to struggle a lot with Black Diablos above 8 stars. Once boosted weights come out, it's not worth it to waste time hunting 8-star Black Diablos. It's better to skip that one and move on to another one, or if you can't take out 8 stars or you're even at 8 stars yet, 7 stars is giving you a hard time, best to skip that one and then just move on to one that you can kill. Remember, if you are taking down 8 stars, the only benefit you get from taking down an 8-star above Black Diablos is the possibility of getting Wyvern Gems. And you might want the regular parts anyway, since you can get rarity 6 Wyvern Gems from any 8-star monsters. So why are you trying to make it hard on yourself? And unless it's the low appearance race and you can take out the 8-star, why are you making it hard on yourself? Just skip it, move on forward. And again, you might want to actually get the regular drops instead of a rarity 6 Wyvern Gem. Even though Wyvern Gems would be really sweet. No, seriously, if it popped up, you're like, wow, it's still exciting, but at the same time, you can get it from any 8-star monster like I mentioned. So don't worry, sweat it with Black Diablos. Tip number 4, divide and conquer if you aren't a solo player. So, Black Diablos will appear in the same location for every player. This was kind of weird because it wasn't like this for Pink Rothium, but it's also kind of nice that it's like this because this means if you hunt in a group, you can all spread out and treasure hunt for Black Diablos. You can literally just have, even if there's like 2 or 3 of you or 4 of you, you could drive off into the sunset. Each of you go ahead and hunt down that exclusive Black Diablos, that pissed off female of a Black Diablos, you know what I mean? Find her in heat, and yeah, I don't know, maybe you're like, well, in real life you'd want to avoid, or if this is your significant other, you're probably dreading that it's that time of the month. But if it's for Black Diablos, oh, you definitely want to search for that time of the month because you all can find that Black Diablos and then you can share that coordinate with the rest of your friends. So if you live in a big Monster Hunt community, you're in luck. You can share coordinates with each other and hunt down Black Diablos. So you and everybody else, if you live in a city like, you know, those overpowered countries like Japan and Indonesia and all those other places where you have huge groups of Monster Hunter now communities, and I'm totally not jelly because I'm a solo player and live in the dreaded place called America. Yeah, I'm just kidding. America's pretty cool, but you know what? Not for Monster Hunter now. Sadly, you can't double dip as a note. If you try to double dip on a paintball Black Diablos, it will air you out. So you see the example right here with my alts, it won't let me join the party because it was in the same location. So yes, it will air you out. There might be some work around it, but right now I can't do it, or I don't know of it. So yes, you can't hunt the same Black Diablos spawn using a paintball. So you can't double dip on Black Diablos, unfortunately. And tip number 5 for the battles, element and positioning. Ice for range, paralysis for melee, unless you're a longsword user, because unfortunately longsword users only have ice, you don't have paralysis. And paralysis is great for Black Diablos because you have the ability to stun Black Diablos. Bow and light bowgun users should aim for its claws on the wings unless you can do enough damage to break its parts. So typically I'll aim for the claws on the wings or just the wings in general as a bow main, and it will do a lot of damage to Black Diablos. So focus on that. Its wings are also very wide, so you're going to be able to do a lot of damage to its wings as a ranged user. If you're a melee user, you should stick to the head or the tail. Try to use lock on if you can, or definitely try to use lock on because you want the screen as wide as you can so you can pick up on the cues on Black Diablos' attacks. The also reason you want to stick to the head and tail is because if you stick to the side and it uses its shoulder tackle attack, that thing has a really large hitbox, so unless you perfect evade, you don't want to hang around there. So again, bow and light bowgun users, attack its wings unless you really want to break its parts. Same thing with melee users. Unless you really are going to break its parts and can do enough damage to do so, you should stick to the head or the tail. Again, the shoulder tackle attack has a stupid large hitbox, so like you see in this example right here, unless you can perfect evade, be very careful, and especially since she chains attacks like a monster. But yes, be very careful when you tackle on or take on Black Diablos. Hopefully these tips help you out with the Black Diablos events. It's going to come back even after this one, so just like I predicted when this first came out, it's going to come back, so it's likely Black Diablos will come again in the future. But if you need the guide on Black Diablos attack patterns, take a look at my video at the end credits. I have it right here. That's all of its attacks and my additional tips and tricks for taking on Black Diablos. Also, please do me a huge favor. Please like, subscribe, and comment for YouTube algorithm. I wish you all the best of luck in your Black Diablos hunts, especially again during the events and boosted rates. Good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next one.
Ciao!